All right, so we have Venus entering Libra at the moment. So we are going to be pretty much having a strong, extreme nature to pretty much love, appreciate, value, compromise, relate, and take action towards our relationships. And of course, wherever we have Libra at in our charts. So we're going to be placed into an endeavor of having the power and the enthusiasm to pretty much be direct when it comes to our partnerships, how we relate towards others, how we appreciate others, how we value others, how we are compromising with each other, how we are bringing balance to the forte, and how we are, making justifications to pretty much, establishing areas and locations where we have pretty much did wrong to others in the past, where we pretty much coming together, where we can pretty much come into the perspective of creating balance, peace, and harmony. And with this Libra energy, it's going to be a whole lot of justice, a whole lot of things coming to light, a whole lot of situations dealt with, law or things of that perspective. It's going to be a whole lot of that going on, especially a whole lot of politics, a whole lot of elections and things of that nature. So yeah, try not to get your mind and your way of wrapped up towards these endeavors. Try to put yourself into a situation where you can pretty much start becoming a force, where you can come together with the individuals that you have like-minded mentalities with, and you can pretty much start collaborating and building from that perspective. But yeah, we're in autumn season where day and night is balanced, so we're going to be in the perspective of pretty much dealing with these energies for the next 30 days. So yeah, it's time to pretty much have a relationship with a person, place, or thing, or most importantly, of course, yourself before you put yourself out there, because you never want to put yourself into a situation of having a relationship with someone or something if you don't have a relationship with inside yourself, because everything that's going on inside of you is what pretty much has created everything outside of you, of what you look at. So pretty much your inner world and who you are on the inside is pretty much what you should always pretty much check and of course relate and connect with before you put yourself out there off the porch. Feel me? You got to do the internal work inside the internal porch before you pretty much get off that external porch. So when it comes to that perspective right now, during this Libra season, Venus in Libra is home here, it's comfortable here, so of course it loves being here. So it's pretty much going to do whatever it want to pretty much do here. Also, we're going to be pretty much going to some transits in the sky. We have a whole lot of Libra energy. We have a whole lot of air energies. So that means we have a grand air trine at the moment. So with that, and we have a grand earth trine at the moment. So with that grand and air, grand and earth trine, we're going to be pretty much collaborating and coming together when it comes to like-minded individuals or sharing ideas or relating with these ideas, and of course putting that to practice, putting down the energies where we coming down to earth, being practical with our energies, and of course containing in areas that we can pretty much start building upon with each other. Yeah, so with the Sun conjunct Venus at the moment, that means we are going to be paying attention towards areas and locations where we're going to be pretty much taking action towards our relationships and establishing relationships and valuing and appreciating our actions towards how we relate and how others relate to us. Now, with the Moon and Scorpio at the moment, we're going to be pretty much seeing areas and locations where we're going to be pretty much transforming and relating ways to interact with each other. Now, with the Mercury and Virgo aspect, this is going to pretty much bring another semi-sextile when it comes to Venus and being a Libra. So it's going to be we're going to be pretty much placed into a situation of analyzing the way we relate towards others, or pretty much in a situation of worrying, and of course thinking about how we feel with others or at that perspective. And of course, we got Mars and Gemini. So that's going to be pretty much trining Venus. So we're going to pretty much have a gift to value, appreciate, and share and relate our ways of communicating and sharing ideas when it comes to our relationships and our collaborations at the moment. We also got Jupiter in Aries, so this is going to bring some oppositions, which means that Jupiter is going to oppose Venus in Libra, which is going to pretty much create conflict, obstacles, and it's also going to put us into circumstances and situations of jumping the gun when it comes to what we love and appreciate and value when it comes to our relationships, money, resources, material, and of course, you may basically just get into a relationship during this time. But if you're damaged, don't waste your time, because you're going to pretty much be put into a situation of going through that time frame when all the salt drained out. You're going to realize that nothing was established in your spirit inside of you. It's going to create a situation to pretty much get you out of that scenario ASAP, aka it's not going to beat around the bush in that situation. And we also got Saturn in Aquarius, so that's going to bring another gift to utilize Venus trine and Saturn. So it's going to bring the gift to value and appreciate and come up with new ways to associate with ourselves and associate ourselves with the right individuals, like-minded individuals. So that's going to be pretty much playing out those transits. And what we basically going to be pretty much dealing with past relationships that we value or associated when it comes to that perspective, aka compromising, of course. Areas that we burn bridges with people, places, and things are going to pretty much be coming back up. And of course, we're going to be pretty much feeling the need to create some harmony, peace, and balance. AKA, make sure we going back in time and fixing our karma. This way, we won't pretty much have nothing negative attached towards each other. We can pretty much move on freely, and we pretty much already put out one too. So this is how I play out in relationships, especially with soul ties. The moment an individual has put their resonation relationship with a person, place, or thing, if they resonated from that area, aka they put everything on the table, and of course let everything be told, and to say that they pretty much getting out of that situation, they're not going to pretty much go through that situation or go through a bad blood situation. But the person that's hugging on tightly is going to go through that transformation. Works. Yeah, so when it comes to a circumstance situation where you are in a relationship with a person, place, a thing, and of course you're no longer are interested, aka you're no longer want to be with that person, you're no longer want to pretty much associate yourself with that person, you need to go ahead and tell them that. Now, once you get yourself out of that situation, they're going to be pretty much left with whatever they're trying to do or try to bring controlling aspects within your life. But the moment you have separated and told them that you're not dealing with that person anymore, what's going to happen is you're going to be placed into a circumstance situation of seeing the other person, what they're going to pretty much be doing. Are they still clinging on? Are they still wasting their time? Are they still trying to do all this other shit to pretty much try to control, try to like get you back? That's them being in hell. And you in another heaven now because you have separated yourself from that situation. And you can pretty much do that with anything, especially with fire, candles, and things of that nature. Fire burns. So you would pretty much burn yourself out of that closeness or that attachment that you have with a person, place, or things. Also, when you also got Uranus. So the Venus and Uranus, what's going to happen here is going to be some misunderstandings when it comes to what we are fixating ourselves with, when it comes to our relationships, what we are holding on to, clinging on to, and valuing. So we may basically be valuing unusual things during this time, which can kind of like make us or break us during this time. But it's going to be a harmonious one. It's going to be a day and night thing. Also, you can pretty much get yourself in situations of getting cheated on this season, or losing your relationship, or coming up with a new way to relate with yourself, or a new relationship that's going to pretty much take you off, spaceship, blast off. We also got Venus in conjuncting Neptune. So pretty much it's going to put you into situations where you can pretty much go through a whole lot of misunderstandings when it comes to the love and appreciation that you're valuing. AKA, you could be in a relationship, this person is spoiling you. But on the dark side, on the night side, what's going on is that person got somebody else behind the scenes, which means you could pretty much being used as a crutch or a rebound, or you're just being taken advantage of to just allow that person to pretty much, that person trying to get in your pants. That's it, that's all. Or try to get your zipper down. And also, we're going to be pretty much dealing with Venus is going to be squaring Pluto. So with Venus squaring Pluto, this is going to be pretty much a situation of power control issues and transformations when it comes to your relationships and how you relate. So that means you pretty much need to learn how to transform how you relate towards others and learn how to transform your relationships for the best and not for the worst. Learn how to transform your relationship is pretty much not getting lost or stagnated into an area and location where y'all just pretty much in love with each other or just having romance, and it's not getting y'all nowhere. For me, it's good to have fun. It's good to do these things. But if you're not in a situation of having a mission towards your relationship, if you're not on a goal, then God cannot work with your relationship, and God cannot make your relationship grow. That's pretty much how it plays out. Now, when it comes to Libra in the houses, Venus and Libra in the houses, see, when it comes to Venus and Libra in your first house, you're going to have all the power and all the enthusiasm to go ahead and, of course, initiate new ways on how to communicate and relate when it comes to the personal people, places, and things in your life, and, of course, establishing new personal relationships which you got going on. Now, your oppositions and your obstacles that you can use and that you can work with is going to basically be from Jupiter and Aries in your 7th house. So you're going to pretty much go through some impulsiveness experiences, learning from your relationships from others. Now, also, where you're going to pretty much have help is Pluto and Capricorn in your 4th house. So your home and your family, or dumb natures, can pretty much help you out during this aspect. And now the areas that you can pretty much, what you love can pretty much destroy you is going to basically be your 12th house, aka your dreams, your imaginations, your fantasies. You can pretty much these things can destroy you if you don't balance these things out, which means you can pretty much separate yourself from the world too much, which is good to separate from the world. But if you separate too much, what's the purpose of you being here? So try to bring that separation and apply that towards a job, a work, a health, a routine. That's going to be your 6th house. And the better you pretty much do that, the better you'll be at. Now also, if you have Venus and Libra in your 2nd house, you're a Virgo ascendant. The 1st house was Libra ascendant, so the 2nd house is going to be Virgo ascendant. So when it comes to the Virgo ascendant, now you're going to have the power to have patience, value, and appreciate what you truly admire when it comes to your money, your resources, your material, and of course your gifts and your talents. You're going to have that in your 2nd house. You need to come up with a new way to communicate, relate, and of course put that communication into practicality, being that earth practical, aka that 2nd house constellation. Now you're going to pretty much go through some extreme energies, and that's going to basically be predicated towards your relationships. You may basically be going through the extremes when it comes to your relationships, so on and so on, aka going to extremes when it comes to illusions with your relationships. Good illusions or bad illusions. Now your oppositions and your obstacles is going to pretty much come from Jupiter and Aries in your 8th house. Deep experiences that you're going to be manifesting in your 8th house. Now also, where you're going to get help and power from it can be your kids, if you have children. Could be your inner child, could be your creativity, or your hobbies. That's going to pretty much help you out. Now, the area and location that you can pretty much destroy yourself is going to basically be in your first house. So be aware of that. I'm lying. The area and location that you're going to pretty much go to the extremes is going to basically be your 7th house, your relationships. AKA, you may basically have some ups and downs in that area and location. So be aware of that perspective. Be aware of that area. Now, if you have Venus and Libra in your 3rd house, you're a Leo ascendant, so you're going to have the gift. You're going to have a whole lot of gifts coming your way within your environment, your surroundings, and your friends, and in your way of thinking and communicating and sharing ideas, and you're going to be manifesting the ideas. That's going to be gifts that you can use. Now, the area and location that you're going to be going to the extremes in is going to basically be your 8th house, the behind the scenes, a whole lot of cult and mysticism. That's what you're going to go to the extremes areas at. Now, your oppositions and your obstacles is going to come from your experiences and you traveling or long distance travels with individuals. Now, also, you're going to be basically receiving a whole lot of help when it comes to Pluto and Capricorn in your 6th house. The better you can pretty much take power and control over your health, your work, your routines, and what you got going on when it comes to your scheduling system and doing that by yourself, the better you can pretty much utilize that energy towards your favor. And of course, it's going to be a learning aspect in that area. But you're also going to have the gifts in all your charts. Now, the area and location that you can pretty much destroy yourself in and at is going to basically be your 2nd house, your money, your resources, your material. If you go to the extremes in that area, this is going to pretty much be the area and location that you kind of like can destroy yourself. Valuing whatever you're valuing, whatever you're worrying about. If you worry too much about the things you value and appreciate, if you worry too hard about these things, you can pretty much destroy yourself. Because you shouldn't be worrying about wrong things. You should be worrying about good things. Now, if you have Venus and Libra in your 4th house, it's good. Now, you're going to be going to some learning aspects in this house right here. So you're going to be going to some conflicts with dealing with home, family, and privacy. Now, what you need to be doing is learning how to value, love, and appreciate your home and your family during this time. The area and location that you're going to go to the extremes in is going to basically be your purpose, your beliefs. Also, you're going to be pretty much going through some oppositions and obstacles when it comes to your 10th house, your career, your goals, and your status. Also, you're going to pretty much be manifesting and receiving a lot of help, which is from Pluto and Capricorn, your 7th house, your relationships. And you also can pretty much put yourself into a circumstance situation of self-doubting yourself or losing yourself when it comes to you having this in your 3rd house, aka your environment and your surroundings or your friends. So be aware of that area and location. Your environment, your surroundings, and your friends. You can pretty much, they can destroy you or break you, depending on how much you care about them or losing yourself in that area. Now, if you have Venus and Libra in your 5th house, you're going to have opportunities to pretty much, the opportunities where you're going to have opportunities to come up with new ways to communicate and relate and express your relationships towards your creativity, your talent, your gifts, or you can manifest a child this season. Or you may basically be having conversations about having children. Also, you're going to be placed into a situation of going to the extremes when it comes to your career, your goals, and your status. You're also going to be manifesting oppositions and obstacles when it comes to your associations, your friends, and your groups. You're also going to have help when it comes to you doing some shadow work. And you're also going to pretty much go lose yourself when it comes to your home, your family, and your privacy. Now, when it comes to Venus and Libra in the 6th house, see Venus falls here and Libra falls here. So you're going to be pretty much having a whole lot of responsibilities on your shoulder when it comes to your work, health, routines, and your daily life. You're pretty much going through some wear and tear with Uranus being in Taurus, aka it's Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Also, Venus is going to be conjuncting your personality, but also to be basically bringing some misunderstandings and some minor situations where you can pretty much see both sides. Now, in your 6th house, you need to come up with a new way of not making your relationship a job, and also come up with some creative endeavors to create equilibrium and balance when it comes to your work, health, and routines and what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Now, you're going to go to the extreme when it comes to your associations, your groups, and your friends, and you'll be manifesting this from them. You're also going to go through some oppositions and some obstacles when it comes to your experiences dealing with your dreams and imaginations. You're also going to pretty much, you're going to have help when it comes to your beliefs and your morality and your experiences and your traveling. And also, you need to take power and control over those experiences. And also, you're going to be pretty much, you lose yourself when it comes to you having a child, or worrying about your creativity or your talents, or worrying too much about your children with negative intentions. Now, if you have Venus and Libra in your 7th house, that's opposite here and like being here, and of course it's detriment here. So you're by default, you're gonna be manifesting a whole lot of detriments, or you could be pushing off detriments, and you could be very opposite. Now, in this house right in location, you need to come up with a new way to create peace, harmony, and balance when it comes to your relationships and how you relate towards others, and others should be pretty much doing that towards you too. You're also gonna go to the extremes when expressing your dreams, imaginations, and fantasies. That's gonna be the area and location that you're gonna go to the extremes. You're gonna have the power and control to do this too. Also, you're going to be manifesting a whole lot of oppositions and obstacles, which can be your personal life, aka you, or someone or something that's going to be bringing this oppositions and obstacles within your life. You're also going to have help when it comes to your status and your recognition and what you're known for. And you need to take power and control over that. Or you're going to manifest others taking power and control over that, aka using that power to go against you. And also, you're going to pretty much go through some self-doubts, and you can lose yourself when it comes to your work, health, and routine. So watch your health and routines, and worrying too much when it comes to your daily life. Now, if you have Venus and Libra in your 8th house, you're going to be placed into a circumstance situation of coming up with a new way to communicate. Now, Venus and Libra is detriment here too, because this is also shared Pluto. So you're going to pretty much go through some detriments, moments. Now, you're a Pisces ascendant. So in this house and location right here, you need to come up with a new way to communicate and relate your desires and your passions, or create balance, peace, and harmony when it comes to your privacy. Also, you're going to go to the extremes when it comes to your personal life, aka you may basically personally exhaust yourself or outburn yourself. Also, you're going to be placed into a circumstance situation dealing with some oppositions and obstacles when it comes to your 2nd house, the things you value and appreciate, aka your experiences. We're also going to have help when it comes to your 11th house, your friends, groups, and association, and you can lose yourself when it comes to your love and your romance and your relationships. Now, when it comes to Venus and Libra in the 9th house, you're going to have opportunities to go to extreme natures in this house. Now, you're Aquarius ascendant. So, in this house and location, you're going to have opportunities to come up with a new way to communicate and relate, and of course, expand your experiences in your relationships when it comes to philosophies, beliefs, and of course, your meanings, your reasons, your purposes, and what you got going on when it comes to your bigger pictures in life, experiences. Now, you're also going to go to extremes when it comes to the things you value, aka your money, resources, and material. Or you may manifest that from others trying to go to the extremes of value and that of what you have. Now, your opposition, your obstacles is going to basically be in your 3rd house, the experiences with the love and attention that you receive from certain individuals, or things of that nature, what's being expressed towards you. Your environment, your surroundings can oppose you during this time. All Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Now, the areas and location that you're going to be having help is going to be your 12th house, Pluto and Capricorn, aka you going inside yourself and clearing out all the baggage, and of course, taking full power control over your dreams, imaginations, and fantasies. You're also going to go through some ups and downs, which you can lose yourself, aka try not to get an STD, try not to pretty much, make sure you wrap it up, especially if you don't want to have no child during this time. But we're going to get into that. Now, also, if you got Venus and Libra in your 10th house, it's going to be a square. It's going to be a learning aspect in this house, but also you're going to go to the extremes of exhausting yourself, and of course, burning yourself. Don't burn yourself out. Now, you're a Capricorn ascendant. So in this house and location, you need to come up with a new way of learning how to take full power control, and also have a new way of communicating and relating, and bringing peace, harmony, and balance when it comes to your business, career, and goals, and how you share your relationships, business and careers and goals with others, business relationships. Now, the house and location that you're going to go to the exchange is your way of thinking, communicating, sharing ideas, or your environment, your surroundings, and your friends. Now, also, your oppositions and your obstacles is going to come from home, family, and privacy and comfortability. Now, the area and location that you're going to have help is going to be yourself and the personal people, places, and things that you can trust, that you can share your power with, or develop power with. And the house and location that you may you lose yourself is your ninth house, your experiences, and pulling your faith and belief in the wrong things. Now, if you got this in your 11th house, you're a Sagittarius ascendant, so you're going to have the gift, but you're also going to have opportunities. Now, you need to come up with a new way to communicate, relate, and create peace, harmony, and balance when it comes to your associations, your friends, your groups, and your networking skills. You're also going to go to the extremes when it comes to your home, your home and your family. You're going to go to the extremes of burning yourself out, dealing with them. And your opposition, your obstacles is going to come from your romance, your love, or your inner child, or something that you dealt with previously when it comes to your childhood memories. Now, you're going to have help when it comes to the things you value, your resources, your material, and of course, the things that you have, or your home and your family. You can use them. And the areas and location that you can lose yourself and fall is your status, your career, your goals. You worrying about your status, career, goals, and how perfect it is. And last but not least, the 12th house. Now, if you have Libra in your 12th house, Libra exalts here. So it's going to go to the extremes here in this house by default. Now, you're a Scorpio ascendant. You're going to also go through the extremes and be manifesting a whole lot of detriments, aka transformations, relationships by default. Now, in this house and location, you need to come up with a new way to communicate, relate, and of course bring peace, harmony, and balance when it comes to your intuition, your gut instincts, aka trust your gut, trust your inside, go inside yourself. That's going to be a constellation. The better you can do that, the better you can manifest a person, place, a thing, or a circumstance, situation that can pretty much match that criteria when it comes to your 12th house, your dreams, fantasies, and illusions. Now, the area and house and location that you're going to go through the extremes in is going to be your romance, your love, your relationships, the love and attention that you want to, and of course, you praising things or wanting to be praised when it comes to your love language. Now, you're going to be manifesting and attracting a whole lot of oppositions and obstacles that can help you, aka that you can use the oppositions and obstacles, which it will help you, or it can pretty much put you into situations to pretty much being the opposer. Now, you're going to be manifesting a whole lot of opposition and opposing energies when it comes to your work, your health, your routine, or you worrying about these things. Now, that's going to be dealing with experiences that you're going to be manifesting. Now, the house and location that you're going to have help is going to be your friends, your environment, your surroundings, and your way of thinking, communicating, and sharing ideas, or taking full power and control over how you control the conversation, or your way of communicating and sharing those ideas and those conversations that you have with individuals. Now, the house and location that you're going to have some self-doubt and you can lose yourself in is going to basically be your 11th house, which is your associations and the people, places, the thing that you're worrying about your associates. Try not to worry too much about you trying to help the world or be there for people and things that matter, because you can lose yourself during this time. That can be a downfall during this time. What you basically need to be doing is being an example. Use your 5th house, aka where you're exalted at, aka that's where you bring in the balance. Be the one that's on stage, setting the stage or expressing yourself. The better you can do that, the better your 11th house won't fall hard, aka your association, your friends. They see that you are a light, a prime example. And of course, when you get to that constellation, and when they get to their shit together, y'all can come together. And of course, teamwork will make the dream work. This way, your 11th house will be strong enough, and you won't put yourself into a situation of being everything for everyone in that house. You gotta learn how to balance it out. And now, also, you're gonna be manifesting a whole lot of misunderstandings, being that you're a Scorpio ascendant. But yeah, that's gonna be the energies of Venus and Libra. Use these energies, and the better you use these energies, the better you'll be able to actually get from your 1 and 2. And the better you do that, when Venus and Scorpio come, you'll be able to have something to pretty much romp and shine with.